Welcome to Inside Evil Interrogations, the channel where we break down real-life interrogations to uncover the tactics detectives use and the psychology behind confessions and denials. If you enjoy diving into the complexities of these cases, don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on our latest videos. Today, we're analyzing the interrogation of Officer Marcus Solorio, who became embroiled in controversy after attending a breakfast meeting where disparaging comments about the police chief were allegedly made. Solorio's actions while on sick leave and in uniform came under scrutiny, leading to an internal investigation. This interrogation provides insight into how police handle internal disputes and the strategies officers use to navigate accusations against them. 000 10-0. The interrogation begins with Solorio maintaining a cooperative but cautious demeanor. Detectives outline the allegations, including neglect of duty and subversive acts against the department. Solorio admits to attending the breakfast, but frames it as an innocent gathering. He claims he was unaware that the meeting might be interpreted as improper, emphasizing his focus on his hand injury and medication needs. Forensic experts would observe Solorio's early strategy as one of minimizing his involvement and deflecting responsibility. His focus on his injury and medical leave serves as a shield to redirect attention from the alleged misconduct.
This is the first, so. Okay. Camera is running. Okay. So we are here to interview you regarding IA case 20-02, and that is the allegations made against you. Let me pull out your paperwork here. For conduct unbecoming, neglect of duty, and subversive acts against the department. And as we said before, that some of those run over each other. Okay. And whether or not how that plays out, whether individually sustained or collectively getting rid of some to include in if one doesn't fit, and that will come up when I do my investigation. Okay. And I don't make a recommendation, I just present a summation of my interviews and things of that nature to the chief. Okay. And nor do I choose what the allegation is. All right. Questions before we get started? No. Comments, criticisms, observations? Okay. Okay. And, he can be here. He can't speak, but just reminding you of that. And if you want to stop and counsel with you can. Tell me that you want to do that. Okay. All right. On May the 13th, you went to a meeting at Hibisco's restaurant.
It was a group of officers having breakfast. They didn't go there to meet about anything specific.
And you were on duty, limited duty, but you went home, you posted out sick with your presumed Sergeant Wall. Authorized that. Okay. And so you were on sick leave at that point, correct? Okay. I mean, you weren't on...
No, I wasn't on duty, but yes, I was on sick leave.
Yeah, so, okay. And just for understanding, you are still subject to rules, and you are technically on duty at that time. That being said, how did all this start? I guess run me through it.
How the day started?
How did you get notified or become aware of this breakfast meeting, and how'd you get there?
Okay. So got here to work, stayed here for about 2 hours, started feeling pain in my finger. Throbbing, my arm was sore. So I started to walk. I go home. He said, of course. Before I got home, called Lou and I was like, hey, y'all having breakfast? He was like, yeah, we're meeting at Police Coast with Sergeant Gerloff and Dickerson. Went there. How it went on.
Okay, so you were not originally invited to this meeting?
No, I wasn't.
Okay. And were you aware that they were going to some sort of a meeting with Sergeant Gerloff, or former Sergeant Gerloff?
Well, I found out that Sergeant Gerloff was going to be there, but I didn't know it was going to be a meeting.
When did you find that out?
Like I said, it wasn't a meeting until we got there. I guess that's when.
Well, what I'm getting at is, before you opted to go, to leave to go meet with them and call Wooten and ask him, have y'all eaten breakfast yet? Were you aware that they were going to meet?
Oh, no, not at all.
Okay. No talking?
No.
Nobody's mentioned it or anything about
No,
it?
nobody mentioned anything about a meeting
Okay.
to me.
Or that there was a meeting? Did you know that they were going to breakfast with Sergeant Gerloff?
Yes, I knew they were going to breakfast with Sergeant Gerloff when I called Wooten and asked him.
Okay.
Yeah.
But before you called Wooten, you did not know?
No, I did not know that.
That you didn't even know they were going to meet Sergeant Gerloff?
No, I did not know they were going to meet him.
Okay, all right. And why did you decide to go?
Well, it's my partner, so I just asked him, hey, y'all having breakfast? I said, yeah, we're going to meet with Gerloff over here, so I stopped by.
Okay.
Yeah. I did get some breakfast.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you got to the restaurant, who was there?
Dickerson, Wooten, and David Gerloff. They weren't inside, they were outside in the parking lot.
Okay.
Yeah. I think they had already been outside for a couple minutes before I got there.
Okay. Let me back up a little bit. When you spoke with Wooten, when you called him and asked him about if they were going to eat breakfast, what did he specifically tell you at that point?
He said, well, I called him, I was like, hey, y'all had breakfast yet? He said, no, we're going to go to Police Coast. Gerloff is going to be there. And I was like, okay, cool. I haven't seen Gerloff since, I believe, well, since he went on administrative leave.
Okay.
I haven't seen him.
Did you ask what they were meeting, or what they were going to be, why they were going to eat with Gerloff?
No, I didn't ask.
Okay. Were you curious about?
Well,
Anyway.
I did. So let me go back. I did get asked about a survey, morale survey,
Okay, well,
but
when did that occur?
that happened about a week prior to this.
Okay. And, well, let's just, how did that come about? Let's jump back to that first, and then we'll come back. So, about the morale survey, tell me about that.
From text message from Gerloff.
Okay.
Yeah. You mind if I get my phone out so I can tell you the exact
Yeah,
date and time?
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Sorry, this chair's a little bit.
Well, last time I sat in it, it was too narrow for the equipment. I had to take my radio off and all that.
So this survey, he asked Sunday, May 10th.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what does it say exactly?
If I can get a morale survey started by TMPA, will you participate? I'm asking the core group, but it helps.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And read that to me again, or just show it to me if you don't mind. Okay. You mind if I take a picture of that?
Oh, go ahead. Okay. Sure.
This way it'd be easier than trying to write it down. Okay. Is there any other text relating to that meeting?
Well, I replied yes for sure, and then this is what he texted me Monday, May 11th, and that was the last time I never talked back to him.
Mind if I take a picture of it?
Go ahead. Can you read it for the record?
Yeah. Well, it's
Okay.
to you. You can read it.
So I talked to TMPA a few minutes ago. This will be a lengthy process, but this will get it started. The rep, Dick Brock, needs to meet face-to-face with officers, and it will be done in neutral site that is decided by the group. He will speak with everyone regarding the process and compile a list of issues and build a management survey. It will help coordinate, do whatever needs to be done to get everyone together so none of you can pinpoint with me being present involved, and it will focus on the chief's attention. Okay? Once the survey is compiled, he rents a hotel and sets a date and time frame for officers to come by and complete the survey. The survey is blind. Mr. Brock will not review your survey, ask you anything about your answers, and will place it into a locked ballot box. Minimal ID information is obtained on the survey and information is not released. Individually, only as an average officer, length of time with the department for this work, there needs to be a minimum of 75% sworn personnel. The opportunity to take this survey will be given to all officers from the newest hire to, from chief, the chief himself. Once the survey is complete, the results, recommendations are presented to the chief. Again, he will not be given any identifying officer info, no matter how hard he pushes. The only way he will know what you said or how you answered on your survey is you say something. If you are pressured, retaliated against for participating, you will need to contact HR and, of course, TMPA, so the appropriate steps can be taken. The chief will be given a timeline to implement, perform, and recommend changes. After that time, if no changes are made, the informant will be escalated to the CM. I don't know what that means. I guess city manager. The same information options will be given to CM with a timeline. If no action is taken, the information will be escalated to the city council and released to the media. Again, this is a lengthy process. The sooner it gets started, the sooner it will be in the hands of the city manager and the city council. If it needs to go that far, if you're all concerned about retaliation, however, if everyone is united, you can get through this, and this is the only way. If you sit back and do not participate, you have no ground to stand on or complain about what's going on.
Okay. Who already said that to? Is there anybody else?
No, that's only me. Okay. And this is where I replied after his message, yes, for sure.
Okay.
And that's the message itself.
Okay.
You wanna...
Okay. Okay, I think I already did that one, right?
Yeah, that's the bottom one here.
Okay, did I already do the,
Yeah, you did that one.
okay.
So that's the one I just read.
Yeah. Okay, I'm trying to get it on. Okay. Just for clarification, I know there's no issue with doing that, it's just you can't do it on duty.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay.
and, or be in uniform. Not doing it. You want to meet and talk and confer and all that, absolutely, it cannot be.
The main issue is that this discussion took place in public while in uniform, which admittedly was a poor decision.
While you're at work. Because
Even on sick leave.
sick leave, you're still on duty.
Okay.
You know, because the city is still paying you at that time.
All right.
Otherwise, you know, just wait till you're off, you know. You know, either,
Well, you could have not paid me for that time, I guess, and it would have saved me all this trouble, wouldn't it?
what's that now?
I said, I guess they could not pay me for my sick leave, and it would have saved me all this trouble, I guess.
Okay. Okay, so that was on May the 10th, and then you responded, I think it was on May the 11th or something like that.
No, it was the same day.
Okay,
It was May the 10th. I said yes for sure. That was Sunday.
okay,
So, yeah,
All right.
go back and check.
okay,
Yes, it was that same day, May 10th,
okay,
Sunday.
all right. Now, then when you called Wooten, going back to Wednesday the 13th, when you called Wooten and asked him about breakfast, okay, you were going to go meet with him, or you didn't know that they were meeting with Gerloff when you called him? just paraphrasing what you said before?
Well, after he told me that Gerloff was going to be there.
Okay. So when you went ahead and decided to go, would it be safe to say that you had a good idea of what that was going to be discussed based upon this prior communication with Gerloff?
Not really. I went for breakfast. Like I said, I needed to take my breakfast before I take my medication.
Okay.
So I wasn't really interested in what they had to say, if I'm being honest.
Okay. But you can certainly see a perception.
Yeah, I can. See?
That, and particularly after Wooten told you that Gerloff was going to be there, and putting this in your... Did Wooten tell you what he was going to be doing there?
No.
There's no discussion on that?
No discussion about this.
Detectives delve into the specifics of the breakfast meeting, questioning Solorio about his decision to attend while on sick leave and his awareness of the meeting's purpose. Solorio reiterates that he joined on a whim after calling a colleague and learning about the gathering. He denies any knowledge of discussions about the chief or department policies before arriving. This phase highlights Solorio's reliance on plausible deniability, a common tactic in internal investigations. By claiming ignorance of the meeting's agenda, he attempts to distance himself from any controversial conversations.
And it turned into all this.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you had no inkling that... I mean, was there any, invitation by Gerloff to...
No, not to me directly. Like I said, that was the last message I received from him on...
I mean...
I haven't talked to Gerloff since,
Okay.
other than the text messages.
And nothing like come meet for breakfast. I'll buy you
No,
breakfast,
not
anything
me.
like that.
No.
Okay. What about the others?
I don't know. I can't speak for them, so
Okay.
I don't know if
Okay.
they were invited by Gerloff, they were invited by him, but I was.
Okay.
Yeah.
And neither one of them told you about how they got invited?
No.
Hell,
They just, like I said, just wouldn't say it. Gerloff was going to be there. That's it.
okay. And again, I'm still trying to make believe that you didn't have a clue of what that discussion was going to be about.
No.
Because you hadn't seen Gerloff since
He went on.
November.
Yeah. Well,
And then you get that text message on Sunday. And then Wednesday, you go to a breakfast. And so and there was no other communication. Okay.
like I said, that message that he sent me on Sunday, May 10th.
Okay. And no other conversations with
No, with Gerloff.
Sergeant Wall?
No,
about
no,
this?
Sergeant Wall, no.
Before or after?
No.
None whatsoever.
Well, when was it when they got called up into the office
Okay.
by Chief?
Yeah, that was
They did was like, hey, it was actually Dickerson that called me. He was like, hey, no, he called me, and I said, I didn't pick up because I was on my medication at the time, and he texted me, he was like, hey, it's urgent, and I was like, okay. Picked up the phone, I called him back, I was like, what's up? He's like, oh, we're in trouble for this, for having a breakfast with Gerloff, and I was like, oh, you know, those guys, we like to joke around a lot, so I thought they were pranking me, and so I was like, oh, whatever, you know, and that was about it. I thought it was a prank, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, that we were in trouble, so.
All right. Okay. And so if you hadn't called Wooten, you wouldn't even, and decided to go eat breakfast with him, you wouldn't
Probably
even...
not if I wouldn't have, no.
Okay.
I probably wouldn't have known about this meeting.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, whether it's a meeting or however you want to characterize it. Okay. And even though you were on sick leave, you decided to go do other things with your fellow employees.
Yeah, one time breakfast.
Okay. And even though you weren't in uniform, what's our rules and regulations on congregating?
I'm not too familiar with that.
Two.
Yeah.
Correct. So, and did that not pop up in your head either?
Well, I mean, I figured since I was leaving, going home,
Okay.
yeah. I did not know that I couldn't be on sick leave and not go eat with my partner. So,
Okay. How long have you worked for the city of Elgin?
So about 1.5 years now, and then prior to that, 2 years.
Okay, so 3.5 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 years as a dispatcher.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're not familiar with the sick leave policy?
Not too familiar. I hardly take sick leave time.
Okay. You did receive a personnel policy manual?
I did.
Okay. You signed for it, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And our policy says that you will be familiar with the operative policies and rules and regulations directly or related to your current assignment?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Once you got to the restaurant and you saw your coworkers and girl off there, walk me through that. What happened after that?
So we got to I got to the parking lot. They were out there talking. They were talking to girl off about who he works for now.
Mm-hmm.
So we thought it was pretty cool. We asked how much he get paid. And then I was like, well, you know what? I was going inside. I'm hungry. I got to go home and take my medication. We went inside to have breakfast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what? You know, you went in, where'd you sit?
We
To the
sat
garage?
towards the back left. We went in about maybe 10 tables down to the left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else in the restaurant?
There was a lady with a dog, some gentlemen that offered to pay for our meal towards the end of our breakfast,
Mm-hmm.
and there was 2 other gentlemen sitting in the front.
So about how many people were?
Maybe about four people,
4 people total in the restaurant?
including us, 8.
Okay.
Yeah. That's including me.
Okay.
And of course our waiter, or waitress, sorry.
Who started it?
I believe Gerloff did.
Okay. Lay it out for me.
Basically he just went back to the messages about the survey.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I know, I wasn't really focused on what they were talking about.
Right.
You can ask the guys, most of the time I was in pain. I kept raising my hand to relieve the pressure from
Right.
my thumb, so I kept, and they were making fun of me for doing that, you know, saying, oh, you look like a
Right.
for raising your hand, but I had it raised half of the time, and
Mhm.
I'm eating, trying to hurry up so I can get out.
So, again, walk me through how that started, as far as how you bring it up. I mean, like I said, I wasn't there, so
Mm.
I'm relying on witnesses.
I don't
And
know. To be honest, I don't know how it got started.
Well, Marco, this is your time.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I don't know. He got there. He asked us about the survey, morale survey. Like, hey, y'all get my text messages? I was like, yeah, I did.
Okay.
And we ordered our breakfast, and then we continued to talk about his work.
Did he say who else he had contacted at the department?
No, he didn't. He, as far as I know, I got the message
Okay.
individually. You know, he sent them individually, but I guess all 3 of us that were at that table got the text message since he talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
Something more survey.
Okay.
I'm assuming, I'm not saying that they got it, but I'm assuming they did.
Okay. Did he offer to pay for your meal?
No.
Okay. You said that other fellow did.
Yeah, it was a Hispanic man. No, he was in his maybe early 20s. Well, he didn't offer to pay for my meal, but he offered to pay for Wooten and Dickerson since they were in uniform.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You said the lady with the dog. There was her and 2 other gentlemen.
Yeah, sitting up to the front.
Okay. So who was sitting closest to you?
The lady, so I'm facing you. The lady was about 3 or 4 tables down to the left.
Okay. Can you see her the whole time?
I couldn't because Wooten was and Dickerson were in front of me.
Okay. What about around? Anybody else around you?
No.
Okay. And was anything specifically asked of y'all to do?
No, sir.
Okay.
No.
Just,
Like I said, from what I picked up, it was all, hey, if y'all want, y'all can do this. Y'all do not have to participate.
okay.
So
Okay.
it was about the survey, participate, If you don't, okay.
Okay. Any other topics discussed?
No.
None whatsoever?
Not that I remember.
Okay.
No, sir.
Any comments?
Not from my part.
Well, I'm asking you what you
Oh,
heard.
well, about the survey, I was being called to raise my hand,
Uh-huh.
and, you know, I would laugh with them and stuff, but most of the time I didn't pay attention to what they were saying at all, so,
Okay.
yeah.
You were sitting there with them, but you weren't paying any attention to what they were saying.
Yeah, you can ask them. I never, when we go out to eat with any of them, most of the time on my phone or somewhere else, and this time I was focusing on my hand, keeping it raised.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember any comments made about the police administration?
Other than the survey, about it.
As detectives press further, Solorio is questioned about comments allegedly made at the breakfast regarding the use of tasers and the chief's leadership. He denies hearing any disparaging remarks or participating in such discussions. Solorio insists he was focused on his injury and largely tuned out of the conversations. Forensic analysis would identify this as a defensive phase, where Solorio attempts to appear cooperative while avoiding direct admissions that could implicate him. His selective memory raises questions about the reliability of his statements.
Okay, nothing about the policies or procedures
No,
of the
sir.
department?
No.
Okay. Was our taser policy discussed?
I don't remember if it was.
Okay.
Wasn't listening, I just said.
Okay. You don't remember anything about a taser policy being discussed?
No.
About how the lieutenant would or would not allow people to be tased, something to that effect?
No.
Okay.
No, not really.
Okay. Do you recall any comments made about a particular thug, turd, criminal, whatever the term may be, in our city that needed to be tased?
No.
You don't?
No.
Okay. And you don't remember a discussion about organizing some sort of effort in order to provoke a confrontation with a known person in order to tase them?
No, sir.
Not at all.
No, I didn't hear nothing about a taser. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Positive.
Yeah, I'm positive.
This is your time.
Being honest,
Okay.
got nothing to hide.
All right.
If it was said, I didn't hear it.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And with regard to other patrons in the restaurant, did you notice any movement of those patrons while y'all were having your discussion?
No.
Okay.
Other than the guy that came up to the table and offered to pay for the meal for the guys that were in uniform.
Okay.
Like I said, I wasn't in uniform, didn't have my gun or my badge on.
Okay.
Wearing a jacket, khakis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were y'all loud enough where other people could hear you, your discussions?
I wasn't talking.
Okay.
I didn't talk at all.
Okay. All right. And how did the meeting or the breakfast come to a close?
Well, I got up first, and that's one thing that I do remember. I got up first, and I was like,
Did it collect?
And then after they saw me get up, I finished my breakfast. My plate was clean. I got up, and then they all went, oh, let's go.
Okay.
So, I'm usually when we go out to eat, I'm the first one to get up, and then everybody follows. But
Okay. After the meeting, did Did you leave immediately, or did y'all stop and talk in the parking lot?
We went out to the parking lot,
Mhm.
and we did go out to the parking lot, and then David did mention something about him going overseas with a contract or something, and then maybe talk for about 30 more seconds, and then Chris was like, let's go, and they were talking, and then by that time I got in my car and left, and I don't know if they stayed behind and
Okay.
talked to him, so yeah.
Okay.
Well, my truck, sorry, not my car, but my truck, yeah.
You don't know how long they stayed in the parking lot? Okay.
No, sir, I don't know. I got home around 8:30,
Okay.
if I remember, and then, yeah, I think I texted Jenny, asked her if she wanted anything to eat. She hadn't woken up yet.
Okay. Have you been contacted since?
No, sir. I have
Not at all?
No. About this?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Mm.
Not about any continued participation in the survey?
No.
Solorio was in pain from his hand injury, so it wasn't surprising that he was the first to leave. He went directly home and spent the rest of the day sleeping off pain medication.
Okay.
So, I'm guessing word must have got around, but
Okay.
I have no idea if it did.
Okay. Well, there's nothing secret around this place.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I got for right now, but I may call you back later for clarification on a few points. And one thing I did not do at the beginning of the meeting was do the date and time. Today is May 19th, and right now the time is about 11:58, and the meeting did start around 11:35-ish, although I'm in the room, and we'll all be self-identified. I'm Chris Noble with the Elgin Police Department.
Marco Florio, LGPD.
Tiger Hanna, attorney, representing officer. Also today is the 20th, not 19th.
No, 20th. Thank you. And I don't know why it says 19th. Alrighty. You got any questions before you go?
No, sir. I mean, you got any more questions for me? I'm here right now. We can answer them.
Not right now.
Okay.
Not right now, but I may in the future.
That's fine.
I'll give you a holler.
All right.
All right, thank you. And then you'll be back at 1:30?
Yep.
Okay. Do y'all want to talk before you leave? Because otherwise I'm going to turn the camera off now.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all know your way out?
Yeah.
Thank you. Right. Follow my own instructions. Okay. It is May the 21st. It's about 9:56 a.m. And this is interview for IA case number 20-02. And in the room is Chris Noble, Elgin Police Department.
Marco Florio, EPD.
Tiger Hanna,
Okay.
attorney for police officer.
Okay. The reason we're having a follow-up, this is a follow-up meeting, is in regards to the conversation we had last night.
Yes, sir.
And that there was additional details that
Solorio was called back for a second interview. It seems there were discrepancies in his previous story.
were not disclosed in yesterday's meeting. And in your effort to get in front of this. And that is appreciated.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to go over everything that
Okay.
we talked about last night, clarify, and go from there.
Okay.
Okay. So that being said, I talked to the chief at length as well, and he wanted me to impress upon you that, you know, and we discussed that an omission is the same as a lie.
Yep.
Okay. And so at this point, you've already been untruthful.
Okay.
Okay. This is your one and last time
Mm-hmm.
to set the record straight, to
Yes,
answer all questions completely and honestly, and not make me ask 80 million questions in order to ask the right question when we know what I'm getting at.
Okay.
All right. And so again, just please remember, this is your last opportunity. There will be no more interviews after this.
Right.
If there's even a perception that you're holding back.
Okay.
All
That's
right?
fine.
Okay. And do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir,
It
I
will
do.
be a
I do.
career-ending decision
I do.
for you to do. Okay. So that being said, again, I appreciate you getting in front of this.
Okay.
So that being said, last night we spoke and clarified that at the breakfast
Mm-hmm.
that there was a conversation about tasing.
Yes, it was.
Okay. So I'm going to let you.
Well, before we get into that, yesterday I believe we finished our interview with a violation of a policy about meal break. Am I correct? I don't know if you have that written down.
Yeah, about being on sick leave.
Yeah.
And,
Okay.
and
So
whether or not you can do things on
Yeah.
sick leave as opposed to like vacation.
okay, so yesterday I went through the policy and I found nothing
Okay.
on that. Okay, but I did find the email you sent back in March 19th of 2019.
Mhm.
I do have that email if you don't mind me pulling it out.
Okay.
So I can read it to you, or you can read it yourself since it was written by you.
Right.
Okay. So if you don't mind, here you go. So just to know that I was not violating
No,
anything.
there's no question. I'm not
Okay.
saying about that. You were not in uniform.
Yeah, I
And there
was not
a-
informed.
And there was not a
And I
third
wasn't in
patrol
my,
car.
yeah.
Now
But
that-
yesterday you made it seem like I was violating,
No.
or you led me to believe that I was violating.
Well, if I did, I apologize for that.
Okay.
But that's not an issue.
Okay.
And that was one of the comments I believe that Sergeant Wall had made,
Yeah.
was why he didn't go, was
Right.
he didn't want the third car
Okay.
in the parking lot. So, but no. If that was your impression, well,
No, I mean, that's what I got out of it.
no.
Just to make sure.
Well, and whether or not you can go, if you're on sick leave
Mhm.
and go and participate in work-related things while you're on sick leave, as opposed to taking off on vacation leave.
Right.
Those are things that HR, that's not the point of this. That's
Right. Okay.
There's not the focus.
Right.
What is?
Okay, so I just wanted to be known
Yeah.
that I did not violate any city policy in regards
No,
to
no,
this
no.
meal break. Okay.
Correct.
So, okay.
My focus was your activities while on sick
Okay.
leave
Okay.
only. And even then, that's not my primary concern.
Right.
It's about the conversation that was had
Okay.
and the contents of that conversation at that dinner, at that table
Yes, sir.
in a restaurant. Okay. And it's not about the purpose of the meeting
Mhm.
or anything of that nature.
Okay. So let's get.
Detectives confront Solorio with witness accounts claiming that disparaging remarks about the chief were made during the breakfast. Solorio acknowledges that discussions about department morale surveys occurred, but denies making or hearing any negative comments. He emphasizes that he left the meeting early due to pain and fatigue. This phase underscores Solorio's strategy of downplaying his role in the meeting while subtly shifting focus onto his colleagues. His consistent denial of hearing or participating in improper discussions suggests an attempt to protect himself from potential disciplinary action.
Recount what you told me about your recollection of when the conversation about the taser came up, who participated in it, who was speaking,
Mhm.
and what was said.
Okay. So the taser incident, like I said, I told you last night that I remembered that I had a tasing back in December.
Mhm.
So, well, let me say how that conversation started, first of all. So, I don't recall who it was. It was Gerloff, Wooten, or Dickerson.
Mhm.
Okay. But they were talking about an incident that had happened between Red Fillion and Dudley at Specs Liquor with a suspect that previously assaulted officers.
I can't remember the guy's name, but he's kind of known as Walnut.
Matthew Fashula. Yeah.
I call him Fashula.
So,
Yeah.
they started talking about that. Like I said, I don't recall who brought it up first, but to my understanding, Gerloff does still talk to Dudley, Christian. Okay, so that's out of my hands from that point. I don't know. I haven't talked to them about it. So it started because of that. Someone made the comment somewhere around, oh yeah, so like I said, I don't recall who did. Somebody made a comment about, hey, so this happened, so somebody tell me about this, about the incident over there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we weren't there.
Correct.
That was their shift.
Right.
Okay? And so somebody made the comment, I don't know who it was, oh yeah, well, now we got to start tasing everybody. You know, to save ourselves or something like that.
Who said that?
To be honest, I don't. That's one thing I don't remember. Okay, it was 4 of us at that table, 3 of them were talking.
Okay.
I don't remember who said it.
Okay.
Okay. But it was said. I can tell you that was said. Okay.
Okay.
And then after that, maybe they stayed on that for like 2 minutes. Again, most of the time I was just ignoring them. At that time, I believe Dickerson was.
Mm-hmm.
So I brought up a story about how I had tased the guy back in December or January.
Well, let's back up now.
Uh-huh.
About Dickerson having been on.
Oh, when he wasn't working at the PD at that time.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
because of his.
Yeah,
had him on admin leave because of his. Okay.
So I started telling the story about, hey, the guy I tased. So, you know, I told him, hey, I got this car, this guy in the RV,
Mm-hmm.
dragging him out. He tried to slip off his sweater,
Mm-hmm.
and I popped him, you know, after he took off running. And so, yeah, he took off running. And so they all started laughing. I don't know if they were laughing at the incident or they were laughing at me, but yeah, I engaged in the laughing too. So that's how that taser incident got started. But at no point, I know yesterday you had asked me if we were scheming or planning on tasing to get tased. Not at all. That never crossed our mind at all.
Okay, so that absolutely positively
Yes,
was
sir. No,
not discussed.
No, sir.
Okay. Could it have happened during one of the times you weren't paying attention?
I don't know. That I don't know.
So you're saying, what I'm getting at is, so it could have.
It could have, yes, sir. I'm not denying it could have happened. I wasn't paying attention. I told my story, and that's when they laughed and all that. So.
What other use of force?
So like I was saying, that initial incident between Dudley and that's what brought up the conversation about the tasing. So. Again, I didn't have no communication with Gerloff prior to that text, so I don't know if they discussed with him about it or if it was Dudley or Dudley.
Okay.
So, I don't know.
I discussed it with Gerloff,
Yeah.
and was it Gerloff that brought it up? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I'm not sure if it was Gerloff, but Gerloff did talk about it.
Okay. Not sure, or to the best of your recollection, it was him?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right. Fair enough. Was there a discussion about a use of force incident involving Wooten taking somebody to the ground?
I believe they may have talked about it. I was
Marshall,
present.
I know they
Yeah,
talked about
no,
it.
yeah.
So,
So I was there when that incident happened over there on Shenandoah.
mhm.
Um, um, like I said, they may have talked about it, may have been in conversation again. It's, I can't say what they said. I can't go off what they, what they were saying.
Mhm.
Everybody hears different, things different.
Right.
Okay.
But do you think about it for a moment?
Mhm.
Do you remember any particular words, keywords, or terms or anything that was used? Or the response by another member at the table after Wooten spoke about that incident? Think carefully, please.
Well, from when the incident did happen, I remember when Wooten took the guy down, he basically, hey, don't away from me again.
Mhm.
Okay? So that may have been said if he repeated himself.
Okay.
Yeah.
But was there any comments made by any of the other table mates that were there
Mhm.
at that incident who, in response to the discussion at the table on Wednesday?
So what were you talking about?
Meaning, what was Jaboris's response when
Well, the board, he laughed. He laughed, yeah.
what else did he say? Marco, I know what he said. I'm asking you for verification.
No, sorry, Commander,
That's all right.
I can't go off what they said.
Mhm.
I can only say what I said.
Okay.
Okay, and I said the story about the tasing.
Mhm.
I don't know what they said.
Mhm.
They made fun of me. They made fun of my tasing, and they talked about Gerloff's deal. The Wooten's thing, they may have talked about it. I wasn't paying attention to it, but I remember what happened that night. The takedown, what that happened.
Detectives pivot to the issue of Solorio's conduct while on sick leave, questioning whether his attendance at the breakfast violated department policies. Solorio admits he was unfamiliar with the sick leave rules, but insists he acted in good faith. He reiterates that his primary goal was to eat and take his medication, not to engage in any improper activity. This phase illustrates a shift in focus from the meeting's content to procedural violations, allowing detectives to explore Solorio's broader accountability. Forensic experts would note his reliance on ignorance of policy as a defense, a tactic often used to mitigate culpability.
So yeah, he took off running. And so they all started laughing. I don't know if they were laughing at the incident or they were laughing at me, but yeah, I engaged in the laughing too. So that's how that taser incident got started. But at no point, I know yesterday you had asked me if we were scheming or planning on
Mhm.
tasing somebody.
Mhm.
No, we did not.
This was another poor judgment call. No matter how harmless they considered the conversation, it is a topic that would naturally give many civilians a sense of unease, given the misuse of tasers.
Talk about setting somebody up to get tased. Not at all. That never crossed our mind at all.
Okay, so that absolutely positively
Yes, sir.
was
No,
not discussed.
No, sir.
Okay. Could it have happened during one of the times you weren't paying attention?
I don't know. That I don't know.
So you're saying, what I'm getting at is, so it could have.
It could have. Yes, sir. I'm not denying it could have happened. I wasn't paying attention. I told my story, and that's when they,
Okay.
they laughed and all that. So,
What other use of force?
so like I was saying, that initial incident between Dudley and that's what brought up the conversation about the tasing. So, Again, I didn't have no communication with Gerloff prior to that text, so I don't know if they discussed with him about it or if it was delivered.
Okay.
So I don't know.
I discussed it with Gerloff,
Yeah.
and was it Gerloff that brought it up? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I'm not sure if it was Gerloff, but Gerloff did talk about it.
Okay. I'm not sure, or to the best of your recollection, it was him?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right. Fair enough. Was there a discussion about a use of force incident involving Wooten taking somebody to the ground?
I believe they may have talked about it. I was
Mark,
present.
I know they talked about it.
Yeah. So I was there when that incident happened over there on Shenandoah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, they may have talked about it, may have been in conversation again. It's I can't say what they said. I can't go off what they were saying.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody hears things different.
Right.
Okay.
But do you think about it for a moment?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember any particular words, keywords, or terms or anything that was used? Or the response by another member at the table after Wooten spoke about that incident? Think carefully, please.
Well, from when the incident did happen, I remember when Wooten took the guy down, he basically, hey, don't away from me again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So that may have been said if he repeated himself.
Okay.
Yeah.
But was there any comments made by any of the other table mates that were there
Mm-hmm.
at that incident, who, in response to the discussion at the table on Wednesday?
So what were you talking about?
Meaning, what was Jaboris's response when
Well, the board, he laughed. He laughed, yeah.
what else did he say? But Mark, I know what he said. I'm asking you for verification.
Sorry, Commander,
That's all right.
I can't go off what they said.
Mm-hmm.
I can only say what I said.
Okay.
Okay, and I said the story about the tasing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they said.
Mm-hmm.
They made fun of me. They made fun of my tasing. And they talked about Gerloff's deal.
Okay.
The Wooten's thing, they may have talked about it. I wasn't paying attention to it, but I remember what happened that night. The takedown, what that happened.
Solario is still evasive about the conversations, and if multiple witnesses heard them well enough to repeat verbatim, it is hard to believe he could have missed anything.
Did Jabor say anything that you recall? If you don't recall...
Well, like I said,
contact.
Jaboris was sitting next to me.
Mm-hmm.
He was showing me, some pictures on his phone and stuff. Just text messages and stuff.
What were they pertaining to?
It was nothing to do with work. It was mostly stuff with, his personal life, girls he's talking to and stuff, which is, something he likes to talk about a lot because he's so prideful of that kind of stuff. So, it was mostly that. And then, you know what, now that I do remember, we did have a pretty cute waitress there.
Mm-hmm.
She did walk by and we were like, oh, she's cute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Okay.
In the final segment, detectives summarize the allegations and reminds Solorio of the potential consequences of withholding information. Solorio continues to deny any wrongdoing, emphasizing his respect for the department and his lack of malicious intent. He expresses regret for attending the breakfast, but maintains his innocence regarding the accusations of misconduct. Forensic analysis would highlight Solorio's consistent denials and his effort to frame his actions as misunderstood rather than malicious. His responses reflect a calculated effort to balance cooperation with self-preservation.
Manager Boris can testify to that, and we did say that waitress was cute.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's go back to last Thursday.
Mm.
And that was the day you were out sick. You
Yes,
were
sir.
at home.
Yes, sir.
And
I went home Wednesday. I didn't come back the following Thursday.
you were at home on Thursday, though, right?
Yes, I was at home Thursday.
Okay.
Mm.
And that was the day that Sergeant Wall, Kyle, and Jaboris got called up to the chief's office.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That Thursday, yes, sir.
And they were informed of this.
Right.
I mean, you weren't there, but
No, I wasn't there.
this was right around the noonish.
It was 1
Yeah.
1 o'clock. Yes, sir.
Okay. And so Chief spoke with them here, and then apparently they all left here, and they went to your house,
Yes, sir.
all three of them.
Well, I got a call first from Dickerson.
Okay.
Dickerson, and he called me. I didn't pick up. Initial time I was laying in the couch.
Mm-hmm.
I was on meds, and so I had my hand resting on the armrest. Calls me, hey. Didn't pick up. Text me, hey, it's urgent.
Okay, I'm sorry, who was it that called you?
Dickerson.
Okay, and he left you a voice message?
No, he texted me afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like, hey, pick up, it's urgent.
You still have that text message?
Shoot. Yes, sir.
Okay. You mind if I take a picture of that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Not that long, you idiot. Okay. Any other texts that
No, it's
you think I should know about?
No, the only person that texted me that day was
Okay.
Dickerson. He so going back, he said, "Call me, it's urgent." Called him. Me being a Spanish speaker, I thought they were going to need help with translation or something like that. And you had a question?
No.
Oh, so I called him and he's like, "Yo, fucking trouble," and I was like, "Okay, what for?" And being them, I thought they were pranking me for something, because I know they usually, prank us for, they play around like that. That's how those guys are.
Solorio thought the call was a prank. He was heavily medicated and didn't believe they had done anything wrong. So for the most part, he brushed off the incident until he heard from Sergeant Wall.
Okay. How come you didn't show that text to me when I asked if there was any other communications, text about this incident?
I wasn't thinking about it then. That's my fault.
Marco, these are things you need to be thinking about.
Yes, sir, I know.
I said, if the
But,
chief walks away from
But
this,
yesterday, it's like we talked, I'm out here looking for myself, and I'm clearing things up now.
okay, well, that's going to be one of the questions is,
Mhm.
if he calls you in,
Right.
after he watches this,
Mhm.
if he calls you in,
That's fine.
okay. And then y'all spoke on the phone. He says we're in trouble. Then what happened?
So he's like, I'm heading to your house, meet me outside. So I go outside. I think I was only wearing some pajama pants at that time. I didn't have a shirt on. Like I said, I was sitting on the couch, and then I don't know. I don't recall what was the timeline, who showed up next, but yeah, they all came. And
Say they all.
Sergeant Wall, Wooten, and of course DeBoers.
Okay. This was around 1 o'clock?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What was said?
They said, hey, they found out we had a meeting with, or breakfast with us.
Yours or mine?
Not yours. Said, hey, they found out we had breakfast with Gerloff. I think Chief is mad because we met with him.
Okay.
Okay. At that point, I was like, oh shit. Well, at first, like I said, I thought it was a prank. I was like, oh, this is, these guys are, what's wrong with us meeting with Gerloff, He, like I told you yesterday, he is a friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
He's friends with several officers here.
That's fine.
So I saw no problem with it.
Mm-hmm.
Then they went on and said, we're in trouble because somebody basically ratted us out that we had bad-mouthed Chief, yourself, and other members of the department. Okay.
Who was doing the talking?
Mostly Dickerson, since he was the one that called me. I don't remember, like I said, I don't remember who got there first or, yeah.
Okay.
So, after that, they were talking about it. Hey, this is retaliation for us meeting with Gerloff.
Okay.
And,
So, they first told you we're in trouble for bad-mouthing the chief, the lieutenant, other members of the department.
no, they said because somebody ratted us out for bad-mouthing the department.
Okay. But yet, the impression was that this was retaliation for meeting with somebody.
With having a breakfast with Gerloff, yeah.
Okay.
So, like I said, we did not badmouth nobody here, other than the tasing incident
Mm-hmm.
that was discussed, the use of force
Mm-hmm.
that was brought up,
Mm-hmm.
but nobody was badmouthed. Nobody in this department that I know of was how would I say it? Nobody was talked about.
Right.
Yeah.
That you recall?
No, not. Like I said, I can't testify to what they say, but I know I did not badmouth nobody. That's a question you would have to ask them.
But it could have happened.
Yeah, if it did, they may have talked about it. I did not. Okay.
Because Solario was not there for the entire conversation, he cannot make a definitive statement about anything negative that may have been said.
And I know better. Like I told you, I'm appreciative that I'm working here,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to stick here. But
Okay.
if it has to do with retaliation, I don't believe in that. So,
Right. But you are clear that that's not the issue here. That you're not being disciplined, or there's no allegation, no discipline allegation.
But
because
you know,
of who
but you
you've
know,
been met with. Correct?
so you took a picture yesterday of Gerloff's.
Text message to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it said if there's anything about retaliation because of said meeting or said survey,
Mm-hmm.
then you see the impression that
Right.
You get called the next day and say, hey, you got to sign papers
Yeah.
because you're under IA.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a perception, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's the same thing. It's the way you see it is different from the way I see it. From what they said is different from what I said.
Okay. All right. All right, back to the people when they were at your house. Deborah's doing most of the talking.
Well, they were all talking, but
Okay.
I was probably talking to the boys.
All right. And what, if any, was said in regard to how this was going to be handled, this complaint?
So I don't think Jabor said anything about how it's going to be handled, but they did tell me, hey, when you come back to work, you're going to be cleaning.
Okay.
Yeah. They were like, you're going to be cleaning. Chief was upset, and he told us we're going to be sweeping and mopping the PD every day. Yeah.
That's both stations.
So yeah, that's
it's not just you.
So yeah, that's what they told us. Like, hey, he got mad and he told us we're going to be fucking cleaning the PD.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
separate issue. It was
Okay.
because the detectives were tired of having to do it for the last 2.5 months.
Okay.
And so now it's time for patrol to take their turn in the barrel. That's all that was.
So, like, going back to that incident, I don't know what happened the week prior. I wasn't there, and I don't know what happened the week after that. I wasn't there with them.
Okay.
And you called me that following day.
So was there any discussion about how statements were going to be handled, about how what was going to be said if you were asked about it?
No, sir. That
No.
I believe y'all had already told them, hey, they were in big shit, so they didn't really want to talk much more about it. So.
With Marco, they felt compelled enough to all three of them drive over to your house.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we work together, so they haven't seen me all week. Haven't talked to them all week, and then, like I said, I thought it was a bad prank. The only time I talked to them was that Wednesday when I came in and we had that breakfast.
Okay, let's go back to perception. Okay, what's the perception when a supervisor and two other officers, the other two officers on your shift, come to the house of the person who was not there a few minutes before to talk to you about this?
Yeah, it makes it seem like, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. No,
Okay.
not all the perception, yeah.
Like I said, I've still got other people to interview.
Right.
So I'm asking you, choose your words carefully.
Mm-hmm.
Was there any discussion about what to say or when to say it?
So, again, don't remember who said it, but it was mentioned like, hey, we went to talk to Gerloff about a survey. So, I don't know. Sergeant Wall did say, I don't know what y'all said there because I wasn't there. Like I said, Sergeant Wall had nothing to do with this. He set up no meeting.
Even though Sergeant Wall was not present, the department still placed him under investigation and determined that he would receive extra training as punishment.
But he did say, I don't know what was said, but whatever y'all said, that's between y'all. Leave me out of it. But I don't recall, like I said, I don't recall them bad-mouthing nobody here.
Marco.
They did say, hey, we went to talk to Gerloff about the survey, so that's what we're going to say. And like I said, I failed to mention yesterday about the tasing incident, but that's what we said.
Well, you also failed to mention that they came to your house.
Yeah.
You also failed to mention that there was a discussion now, how innocent, regardless of how innocent it may sound, that there was a discussion about how this was going to be crafted.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Remember what I told you last night?
Yes, sir.
Who puts food on your table?
Myself.
Now's not the time
Right.
to ensure that other people take that away from you.
Right.
Who said what?
I think think it was Wooten, the one that had said, hey, went to talk to Gerloff about the survey. So, since he was the one that was, I guess, communicating with Gerloff about them meeting for breakfast, and then I joined afterwards.
So, again, I want you to lay that out for me in very specific language. This is going to be the one.
Okay. So, Wooten gets there. He is talking about, hey, so, again, they were talking about survey during breakfast. Wooten and especially Dickerson were concerned about retaliation from Chief because taking said survey. And plus, I don't know what Dickerson's issue is on his so he was the most, you know, like, into this kind of shit.
Okay.
You know? And, they did discuss that during breakfast about retaliation from Chief, about taking the survey. So when we went back to the house, they were like, yo, this seems like this retaliation against us for meeting with Gerloff. And I said, well, I don't know. You know, I don't know.
Okay.
I had the least to say out of all two of them. Well, like I said, Sergeant Wall just said, I don't know what the said. Y'all deal with it.
Okay. Now, I'm going to ask you again. What was said by Wooten about crafting the story?
I'm gonna be honest with you. There was nothing about getting a story or making a big lie about it.
Well, it doesn't. I'm not saying that it was to even craft a lie or anything, but it was about crafting the response about what y'all were going to do. About what he was doing. You just told me a few minutes ago. I'm asking you to clarify.
So it's, hey, if we did, it said, hey, I don't know who the person that came out there was that went and ratted us out, but we met with Gerloff to have breakfast.
Okay.
So
Okay.
they were there for maybe, 5 minutes. I was out in the sun and had my hand wrapped, so I wanted to go back inside. I had no shirt on.
Okay.
Even if nothing about their response was discussed, meeting in private made them appear guilty.
And like I said, during the whole time I thought it was a big prank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I actually did talk to my fiance about this. I went in there and she was like, what was that about? Cause they, you know, I was like, oh, the fucking guys are pranking me, you know, fucking with me because I'm on the pain pills and all this shit. And I did tell her, hey, they're pranking me about this. And then later that evening we received an email from Chief. And then that's when it was like, oh shit, these guys are not weren't fucking playing. And that's when I called you.
Yeah. What did your fiance say?
She was like, why would they do that to you? I was like, well, I haven't been to work. I believe I showed you a picture of the action figure, so they probably thought that let's go fuck with him some more since he's on the pain pills and he's out of it, so.
Okay. What did Jaboris have to say in response to Wooten's comment about...
Jaboris does not want to be dragged into this. Okay. He did not want to be dragged into this because of his current...
And Wall's comment was, I'm not a part of this.
Yeah, he's like, whatever happened between y'all and Gerloff, y'all, that's on y'all.
Okay.
But Sergeant Wall would come in, you know, call me during the week, check on me, say, hey, how you feeling? You get your doctor's note. And I believe he talked to you several times about how I was feeling.
Yes.
So yeah, he would check up on me during the week. He did stop by maybe the second day after this all had happened. He did stop by and talk to me for a bit.
Okay.
And it was just about the pain. I showed him the stitches and all that. So he's real queasy about this kind of shit. So he was like, I don't want to see it, you know. So, but like I said, I did talk to my fiance about it, and I told her, hey, because they think I'm high, and you know, I thought it was a prank, and she can testify to that if needed.
Okay. This will be my last question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been in contact, or has anybody contacted you about this case after receiving
My notice of allegation? No, sir. The only person I've had contact with is Mr. Tiger here.
Okay. Yours was issued last because I had to do it verbally since you weren't at work.
Right.
Okay. Were you contacted at any time, say after 5 p.m. Thursday?
We did talk a couple times.
Who's we?
I talked to Sergeant Wall.
Mm-hmm.
He did say, hey guys, I called him and I was like, yo, what the now? Like, how did I get dragged into this? I should have not came to work that Wednesday. He did send us a group message, hey guys, I can show you this message. So he said, just want you guys to know you're good people. And this was Saturday.
Okay.
He's like, you're good people and also really good cops. You know, I've been doing this for a while, and we've all started out. I was in and out of trouble with agencies I worked for. Sometimes I was to blame. Sometimes I wasn't, just targeted because I wasn't right.
Mm-hmm.
Just know that it isn't the end of the world of your career. Stay focused. Remember what you want to be as a cop, and don't give them any reason to look at you harder than that they are right now. This will all pass soon enough, one way or another, and we'll be stronger for it.
Okay.
And this is, if you want to see it.
Yes.
And then Jabor's, of course, replied, I really appreciate it, Sergeant.
Okay.
So.
Can I take a picture of that?
Oh, yeah.
Is there any more to it down below that? I don't want to be reading your personal stuff. That doesn't apply.
Oh, no. Just other means, like, just stuff
Okay.
we kind of improves, and then... Yeah, it's just memes that we were sending each other. Just stuff like this.
Okay.
But it's nothing to do with...
Okay. What is that about? Do you know what the fuck this is about?
No, this is a meme, actually, that's on WorldStar.
Oh, okay.
It's a, trying to do the math and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Shut that one down.
And then this one is... Who sent this one? This was sent from... Sergeant Wall.
Okay. Okay. What was that about?
I have no idea.
Okay.
That one I don't know what it was about.
All right. Scroll back up to that last message. Along with, there you go. Okay, I got that. I just need to get to right.
And then this was sent by me.
Yeah.
Of course, Kanye approves.
Okay. Thank you. All right.
Oh, and then we did have other memes before that. Talk about Django, the movie. You seen it? Yeah.
Is there anything else?
You asked me, LT. I'm going to be honest with you, and you asked me.
All right. I don't have any other questions right now.
Okay. It's fine.
All right. It's 10:33 a.m. That concludes the interview today. All right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Coming back this afternoon?
Yep.
This evening?
Yep.
Okay.
2:30?
Yeah. Even at 5.
Officer Marcus Solorio's interrogation showcases the challenges of navigating internal investigations within law enforcement. His reliance on plausible deniability, selective memory, and procedural ignorance underscores a strategy aimed at minimizing his accountability. This case offers a rare glimpse into the dynamics of police department politics and the methods used to address allegations of internal misconduct. For more analyses of real-life interrogations, subscribe to Inside Evil Interrogations and join us as we explore the complex psychology behind criminal and professional investigations.